Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our morning meeting for Dementia Care Partners. My name is Anne. I'm so happy you stepped away from caregiving duties for a few minutes to take some time for yourself. So, what I thought I would talk to you about today, and I'm kind of surprised I haven't done this already because it's what I think is the number one most important tool we can use during dementia care. The number one most important tool. Can you guess what it is? It's not detective work. It's not stepping away or stepping into their reality. These are really important. But the number one tool that we all have at our fingertips is simply this. Ready? You. It's you and your presence. Just don't roll your eyes, please. Just bear with me for a few minutes because, when we're living with dementia, there are times when there are no easy answers. There's no medication, there's no therapy, there's no treatments that are helping. There are no strategies that are improving the situation. And in these times, we can often feel really helpless, really incompetent, and at a complete loss for trying to help our person or trying to make decisions that satisfy everyone around us. Please, please, don't let this get you down for more than a few seconds, especially all the perfectionists out there. Even the most seasoned dementia expert is going to run into situations where that normal slam dunk strategy just doesn't work. Things change, and there's always a lot of trial and error involved in care, meaning we try one approach, and when that doesn't work, we try something else the next time. Because the reality of the situation is that dementia is a moving target. One exception. The one thing that I think helps in all instances, at all times, is your presence. Even when you can't make your person happy, you can't figure out what's happening, you sticking with them and being by their side to help guide them when they feel lost is the best medicine always for the moment. And of course, the presence is at maximum effectiveness when we're stable, when we're calm, when we're confident, even though you might not feel confident when we show that confidence. So when we lead with stability and support instead of fear and frustration, the effectiveness of presence is magnified. So how do we do this? How do we lead with stability when there's so much external stuff going on? Chatter from other people, anxiety or agitation of our person, the list that we need to accomplish for the day, and so on and so on. It's not easy, but I'm going to share with you how I return to my center, to my presence. And honestly, it's very simple. Sometimes these massive realizations often are quite simple at the core. So when I need to block out the outside noise and just harness my presence, I simply do this. No surprise to you because you know me by now. I take a breath. I take a breath, and as I exhale, I say to myself, and sometimes I say this out loud, I am here. I am here. Meaning I'm not thinking about what needs to happen 5 minutes or 5 seconds from now, and I'm not dwelling on what just happened. That could be completely wild. So with the breath, I'm cleansing the emotions associated with the past or my worry about the future. I am here right now in this space, in this moment in time, and I am fully present. I'm fully focused. And I feel like I have both feet firmly planted on the ground like tree roots. So actually, the next time you look at a tree, I would like you to notice how solid and unwavering the trunk is. You know, the branches and the leaves, they can get tossed around in the wind, but that trunk is solid and rooted. So let's just practice for this for a second, okay? Why don't you stand up, but only if you're confident in your ability to stand, you're confident about your balance. So go ahead and stand up. And I'm going to do this with you, actually. So on your next exhale, just say, I am here. So it looks like this. I am here. So easy, right? So instantaneous. I am here. I know sometimes I put my hand, I don't know why, it just kind of goes there. So with each breath, you tune out the chatter, you harness your energy, and you really restore your power that's gotten lost along the way of life, really, right? So do this a few more times until you kind of feel yourself supporting you. I am here. So during the first morning meeting, I introduced an activity I call the sacred space exercise. And if you haven't seen that, please go back and take a look at that one later. Do that exercise. But right now, we're going to do like a mini version of that. So what I'd like you to do is just kind of stand with both feet planted on the ground. So and as you're standing, just soften your gaze or just fixate on, a place on the floor. I'd rather you don't close your eyes when you're standing unless you're 100% confident about your balance. The OT in me knows that closing your eyes is going to maybe make you a little bit unsteady. Okay, so if you're set, I'd like you now take another deep breath in and out. Visualize a circle around your body that extends a few feet out from you. This is your space. This is where your presence lives. Just breathe in and out as you're standing in your circle. People can feel your presence when you walk in the room, and sometimes even before you enter. Your presence is what you bring to the table. And it is so very important to your person who often needs someone to lead the way. When you feel down on yourself and the level of care you're providing, please, please remember, you are enough. You are enough. Your presence is more than enough to get you both through another day. Whenever feelings of incompetence creep in, feelings of inadequacy, return to this space to revive yourself, to soothe your sorrows, and to take a deep breath and regroup. simply state, I am here. I am enough. And while you're standing here, just wrap your arms around yourself, like you're giving yourself a little hug. Just hold yourself here for a moment in your space. Feel your presence. Now imagine your core as a tree trunk and your feet as roots that are embedded deep, deep into the ground beneath you. All sorts of things can happen today. And you may begin to waver. And that's okay. You're human. You may lose your patience. You may get your feelings hurt. And that's okay. Because you're human. And you are not perfect. You're allowed to waver. And even though you waver, you can remain firmly rooted in the ground. You can weather this storm too. And as you grow, you'll get stronger and more familiar with the conditions. You will get better at this and become more comfortable and more confident. Let's take one more deep belly breath here and let out a big and say or think, I am here. Okay, Dementia Care Partners, you're awesome, just the way you are. And I think these days the world could use a whole forest of us trees, right? That can withstand all the chatter that's out there. So I will see you next time, but remember, be a tree. You've got this.